Hello, world. My name is Rosie, aka Rose Gold, and soon to be Rosie the RN. Um, I am on a mission to become a nurse. I have been in nursing school now for a year, and I'm starting this channel to inform and to log my journey. First and foremost, I do want to acknowledge the Black movement that is sweeping our country at this very moment. It is important that all of us that have a voice in America use our voice in order to fight racial injustice. So I do just want to acknowledge the Black Lives Matters movement that is now moving across our country. And it's important that we become educated about our history first and foremost. In order to know our history, in order for us to move forward, we must know our history. And so, like I said, I just wanted to acknowledge that there is a lot of information out there right now. It's a plethora, especially because we're going through a pandemic at this moment. So get out there, follow those hashtags, mobilize, and just educate yourself. At this very moment, George Floyd is being laid to rest. And it's such a travesty that we are now in 2020 and we're still dealing with racial disparity. So now that we've gotten that out the way, this will be my first upload as far as nursing is concerned. I just wanted to let you guys know who I am and where I started from and how I got into nursing. So my journey started back in 2007. And probably before that, I definitely had it in my mind that I kind of wanted to get into the medical field at a very young age. I witnessed birth at 11 years old. And since then, I kind of just knew that that's where I wanted to go. So when I graduated in 2007 from high school, I was living in Austin, Texas. I went to Travis High School, go Rebels. Graduated from high school and started college at Texas State University. And initially, when I started at Texas State University, I started pre-med. So I did start taking pre-medical courses like organismal biology and things like that. But really, honestly, at 18 years old, did not have any sort of direction. Also came from a background of poverty, first generation student, and never really saw what college looked like. So needless to say, Texas State is a party school. If you ever been down to Texas State or know of Southwest Texas, you know that they like to get their party on. Yeah, so I did a lot of that. And I also flinted. I went from, pre-med, and because I was paying my own tuition, because I was an independent student at 18 years old, I decided that I wanted to see what was out there. I wanted to explore. I did start out pre-med, but I also took dance classes. I took theater classes because I'm very passionate about the arts as well as science. I also took mass communication. I probably had about 3 majors at Texas State. And so eventually I kind of got into some trouble and I decided to, actually, I got kicked out. I got kicked out of Texas State. Yeah, I did, for my grades because I just was not focused. So I left Texas State, moved back home for a bit and just kind of moved around trying to find myself. And then eventually I ended up having a son when I was about 24 years old. I definitely, kept trying to go back to school. It just was not working out. I didn't have a great support system. And I was just not focused whatsoever. But after I had my son when I was 24, I decided that it was time to go ahead and finish going to school, put what I needed to put towards what needed to happen, and decided to just go ahead and go back to school. And at that time, I was staying in Austin. And Austin Community College offered a program geared towards nursing that would help pay for your tuition. I cannot think of what the program's name was at this time. I believe it might have been WIOA, with the Workforce Center. Found out about that. I ended up going to an informational meeting, and I was like, okay, well, nursing is something, or the medical field is something that I've always wanted to do. And once I found out that they were helping with tuition, I was like, yes, I want to do this. So I was working towards that. I enrolled in classes. I started taking a few pre-req classes at the time. I was working full time, and just taking a class here or there, and also taking care of my son. And so once I did that, I enrolled in some classes, but at the time I was going really slow track for pre nursing classes. And I took like maybe one or two classes at a time. I think at the time I may have picked up pharmacology, and I think I picked up A&P and, those things, and was just kind of taking one class at a time and just putting my feet in the water to see, what it was like. And I remember I took a A&P1 class there with a professor that was pretty tough. And I was like, okay, this is real. Like, I'm really going to have to buckle down, and I'm going to have to take this seriously and, put myself out there and really focus on it. And that's when I realized, like, okay, this is the path that I'm going to take. I need to get serious about it. But was also still kind of going through personal struggles at the time, and couldn't really see a path forward from where I was in order to accomplish this goal in a timely manner. So I decided to move back home again, to Bryan, Texas. And this is kind of where my family is from. So I decided to move here. I wouldn't have to worry so much about money and trying to survive in Austin. Austin's very expensive. So I decided to move back home. And that was, I guess, about 3 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, I decided to make the move back home, because they have a community college here called Blinn. So then once I moved here, I continued to take my prerequisite courses for nursing, geared towards the Blinn program. And so at that point, I really started to get serious. That's been about 3 years ago, maybe about 4, going on 4 years. And I really started getting serious about this path that I was going to take, even though originally I started out trying to get free tuition from WIOA. It didn't really work out. So I just decided, you know what, like, I have this debt already from school, and I can't see myself going another path that was going to help me eliminate my student debt in a real way. Like, I couldn't see myself switching gears and be like, okay, I'm going to go for this career that's going to pay less and be less fulfilling. I just couldn't see myself giving up. I couldn't see myself giving up. So I didn't. I made adjustments to my life, and I continued my classes. So I moved here to Bryan about 3 years ago, and started taking my prerequisite courses. I'm sure I've taken A&P1 like 3 times, because if you're a nurse or if you are a student nurse, you know that these classes are very rigorous. They're hard classes. You have to be very focused, and you have to make that high grade. If you don't make that high grade, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. I can't tell you how many $300 and $400 courses, $500 courses that have gone down the drain because I wasn't focused and I was not, doing what I needed to do to make those high grades. Because if you don't make those high grades, you're not going to get into a program. And that's just period. Like, you're not. So if you decide to take these courses, whether it be A&P1, these pre-nursing courses, A&P1, A&P2, microbiology, I suggest that you know that these classes are very heavy. They're going to take up lots of your time, and they're going to take up a lot of your money. So invest in yourself. Make sure that you are taking the time and making the room in your life for these classes, because they're not anything to smile at. Believe me, I've been through it. I've taken the classes 3 or 4 times. The only class that I did not take more than once, no, matter of fact, I took all of my pre-nursing classes more than once, because it takes, they say that repetition is the father of learning, and that's true. The more you repeat things, the more that you learn things. So I'm that type of person that it takes me sometimes more than one time to like learn it, So I did. I took all of my pre-nursing classes more than once, some 3 times. And that's how determined I was. So then took my pre-nursing classes. I know that I applied to the blend program uh, probably about 3 times. It took me 3 tries, because I was not getting those high grades. And also, I was not getting the grade that I needed in the entrance exam. They required for us to take the T's. The T's is really tough. I took the T's 3 times. And on the last try, I finally pushed hard enough in order for me to get that good grade that I needed. And my GPA was just right at the time, and I got in. I got in April of last year, which was April 2019. And I started in fall of 2019. So yeah, finally got in. Actually, by the time I got in, I got into both of their programs, which was the LVN program that they have, and they have a ADN program, which is the RN program. So I ended up getting into both of them the last time that I applied to the program. So that was a really great thing. It felt really good getting in. So I got in, started fall of 2019, took a health assessment, and I took, what else did I have? I had health assessment, and I think it was, I can't think of the other courses. Anyway, I'll post what I took at the bottom when I finish. So yeah, I took those courses. First semester was pretty hard. Definitely let me know what I was getting myself into. And also we had moved to a new campus. The program moved to a new campus, so it was kind of hectic. And then I just finished second semester, and I promised myself that, and as you know, second semester, this last semester, spring of 2020 semester, we, in mid-March, right in our spring break, the pandemic hit. So we had to do some adjustments. Thank God for our professors. Our professors, oh my God, I cannot tell you how great blend nursing professors are. Like, seriously, like, I am so happy that I have the professors and the director that we have. Like, I'm not gloating, guys. I'm so serious. Like, our professors are great. They made it happen. They made adjustments. We took personal phone calls. They did not, leave us out here on a limb. They told us that we're going to finish this semester, and we did. It was tough. Not going to lie. It was tough because I have a son. My son is 7. He was in the first grade. We had to finish his coursework, and we had to finish strong with my coursework. And by the grace of God, we made it through. So I thank God for my professors and my support system just helping me get through to where we needed to go. It's really beautiful being able to see the resilience and people coming together during that time. I wouldn't have made it without some key players for sure having my back. So it was really tough, and I was able to finish, and I told myself that if I finished this second semester, because this was the hardest semester I've had of school, period, like just life in general challenges, that if I finished this semester and I passed, that I would start this YouTube channel. So I'm glad to be sitting here. I'm really grateful to God, first and foremost, that I was able to finish this semester and finish strong and be moving into my third semester. So far it's been going great. Like, I have a great group of people that I work with. My cohort is the best. We do a lot of studying together. So yeah, that's been my journey. And I'm moving into third semester. Third semester is going to be heavy on OB and pediatrics. And also, I'm moving into the next phase of adult health, which is going to be more challenging than the last one. Adult health is what I had a lot of trouble with last semester. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Like I'm moving and shaking. I made it through the semester with a pandemic, and I feel like Superwoman. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like after going through that, I can accomplish anything. And I've also grown as a woman. I've grown spiritually through this journey. So if you are deciding that this path is for you, I want to wish you good luck. You can do it. I promise you, if I can do it coming from where I come from and seeing the things that I've seen and the challenges that have come against me, and be making it and doing this and making this happen, I promise you, you can do it. You can do it. It's going to take some work. It's definitely going to challenge you mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all of that. But I promise you, you can do it. You just got to stay focused, put your mind to it. You can do it. Even through these times, I know that they are challenging. I know that we're all going through hardships at this time. I mean, all of us, everybody's going through things. But if this is your path and you want to do this, you can do it. I promise you. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to try to edit this video as best as I can. We'll see what happens. But if any of you have questions or want to hit me in the comments or whatever, reach out. Let me know what's up. I will hit you back. I promise you. If you'd like to continue this journey with me, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to me. And we're going to do this thing together. Okay? All right. Until next time.